Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about don't fall in love with the first girl you meet, be it online or in person here in the Philippines. A couple little warning shots to you here is when in doubt, get the hell out and free yourself from the burden. And what I mean by these points of free yourself from the burden is when you get in a relationship, if you've arrived here in the Philippines and you've met a girl and you decided, okay, this is a relationship for me, you're going to move her in. We're all old guys back home. We're all not a bunch of young studs. She's probably one of the most beautifulest girls that you've been with in a long time. And, quickly you wanted to corral her, to bed her, and have her be part of your life. Part of the Philippine experience is, being in a relationship with a Filipina, a beautiful, younger Filipina. And she moves in with you into your condo, maybe in an apartment, your hotel room. And you have a great time at first, and there's a lot of things you do together that are fun. And it's good to have a Filipino with you, navigating the city, navigating different restaurants, navigating different places, taking a cab or the Grab, communicating to the driver for you, paying the bills so you're not cheated or obligated to overtip somebody. It's a great thing to have companionship when you first get here and to get a feeling of being relaxed and some freedom from your stressful life back home. So you hook up with a girl and you really like her and she's falling madly in love with you. At least she's saying, I'm falling madly in love with you. But there's a little burden with that. And the burden comes with, she's with you everywhere you go. You can't shake her loose. You want to go have coffee with the guys. Maybe there's a YouTube gathering and you just want to go solo. Or you just feel like going for a walk around the mall, Ayala Mall or Seaside Mall. Or even here in Dumaguete, you just want to go down to the boulevard and take a walk and relax and be by yourself. That first girl might be very clingy, and just the burden to be with all the time. You take away, the great sex, take away the great companionship at home, somebody taking care of you, washing the dishes, washing your clothes, and treating you like a king. You still want your freedom. You still want to be able to move around the city and do things you want to do, and many times it's alone. And I talked to one guy, he was a golfer, a handsome man, even Janet said he was a very handsome man. He was about 6'2", slender, a golfer. And he said he met a girl online and she met him at the airport in Manila and he hasn't been able to shake her yet. And, they were in Manila for a week and then they came to Cebu City and she just went to visit her family, is what he told me. And he said, maybe this is the opportunity I need to get away from her. Because breaking up with a girl is hard. It's very hard to break up with a needy girl here in the Philippines. There's drama sometimes, and there's just many things that are involved with breaking up that aren't good. And the easiest time to break up with somebody is, one, when you're moving, or two, they go back to their province or their hometown to visit family when they're away. But you still have the trouble with their stuff and everything. But sometimes that just becomes a burden, falling in love and getting too attached to the first person you meet. That person was perfect for then, but she's not perfect anymore. So you need to move on. And if you get in a situation where you don't know what to do, be honest with her and tell her, hey, this is not working out. This is not long term. Maybe you just should tell her, hey, I'm going to go to, a different island. I'm going to go visit some friends somewhere, and I don't want you to come along. And you're just going to have to bear with that day or two of hardship in the breakup. But, once you're gone, and once she's gone, she's moved out, she's not bothering you too much, you're going to feel a sense of relief. You're going to feel a sense of freedom, and it's like we said back in our home country. You know, I'm a man, I like my freedom. I like to do what I want. You know, I want to go have a drink. I want to go shoot pool. I want to go bowling with the guys. Whatever it is, you want to do this stuff. And it's easier to do back in your home country. Here in the Philippines, that girl wants to go with you everywhere you go. And until you develop a real strong relationship, that you've been together for a long time and there's a lot of trust built up, you're going to have those issues a lot. And sometimes you just have to free yourself of that burden. Now, I want to talk a little bit about online burden. You know, and this has happened to me. I've been burned online. I've been scammed online. I did a whole video on how I fell in love with a girl. I completely supported her, got her a place to live, and I was fantasizing moving in with her, you know, having a life with her, not the lonely life I was having back in the States. Find out later she had a boyfriend and she was already pregnant, and I haven't met her yet. So that's how foolish we can be online. And when you're in an online relationship, at least you think that. And before I get into this, I want to say there are many guys who meet the first girl online, the first girl in person, and that girl becomes their wife, their lifelong friend, their lifelong companion, the love of their life. And that does happen, you know. I think it's more of the exception than the rule, but it does happen. But I'm talking about, in general, the vast majority of us. You know, I have so many emails from people who they think they've been scammed online, but I think they were just willing participants online, just like I was. So when you're doing the online relationship and you're talking to a girl every day, you know, and you're enjoying the conversations you're having with her, and it's not really a burden, but it's something you look forward to every day. You know, you get up in the morning, boom, there she is. You go to work. As you're driving to work, you put the cell phone up on the window. You know, you attach it to the mirror of your truck, and you chatter as you're driving, you know, that 20 minutes to work or that hour to work. And then when you get to work, you say goodbye, and you're getting texts here and there while you're working. And then you do the same thing going home again. She knows your schedule. It's almost like you have someone sitting next to you that you really like, and you're talking to them. The trouble is they're 8,000 miles away, and you don't know what's going on the back side of the camera. You don't know who else is in the room. You don't know if there's a boyfriend. You don't know if there's a husband. You don't know if there's parents there pushing that girl to get some money from you. Excuse me. So everything's going good. You know, you've been talking for a while, and we all know that if you start talking to somebody, if in the first couple conversations, the first couple days, the first couple weeks, they start asking for money, they start asking for help for them, for their family. They come up with, you know, grandma died, they need help with a funeral, my dad's in the hospital, I need help with the hospital bills, my phone is broken, on and on. So many things that they ask for in the very beginning. These are scammers. These are people who are out there trying to get as much money from you as possible in as short a time as possible, because they know eventually you're going to catch on and you're going to just disappear. And the worst case of guys getting scammed are the guys with big hearts, and they're so lonely, and I'm going to think they're a little bit older than in their early 60s. I think these are guys that hit their 70s, 75, maybe even 80. The fascination of being online and talking to a girl who's beautiful and caring, and they're concerned about you. You know, they ask you every day, hey, did you eat today? How are you feeling? And you just feel bad for them, and you're so happy you're talking to them. You just send them more money, and you send them more money, and they're just so delighted. Oh, thank you so much for the money. Thank you. They're giving you so many thank yous and so many hugs and kisses online, however they can emotionally thank you. And you just get deeper attached to this person. And if you have plenty of money, they're looking for the older guy with plenty of money, not the older guy who's scrimping to get by. They're looking for the older guy who has plenty of money, and he doesn't mind giving it away because he has no need for it anymore, other than, his life, but he has more than he needs. At least he thinks that. But you as a younger guy in your 50s, your 60s, and you're planning to come to the Philippines, and you get in one of these online relationships, and all of a sudden you start feeling this little tug for money. They pull at your heartstrings. Oh, we had a bad storm yesterday and the roof blew off, and we need to put a new roof on the house. Or my brother, he works so hard, but his motorcycle's broken, and he needs another motorbike, or he needs parts to the bike, or a tire. I can tell you this scam. I'm talking to some girl, and she says, my brother's here. He came to visit from, this was in Bohol. He came to visit from Panglao, and they're up in Taliban, and he needs to go back, but he has a flat tire. He needs money for a tire. And I go, well, how much is a tire? And she goes, about 4,000 pesos. Well, I don't know the value of tires there. I have no idea. So I send that. Well, now that I'm here in the Philippines, I know that was double the amount you need for a tire. Way more than that. And that was just a pure scam. They fix the flat tires, and they get by, and they have extra tires. So when you're there and you start feeling these little things, different family members are having problems. She needs something. Maybe she's a single mom. She needs something for the child. You need to free yourself of the burden there. Once you get to that point that you think, oh my God, I'm starting to get taken, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I need some advice. Well, I'm going to tell you something. When in doubt, get the hell out. Get the hell out of there. Cancel that relationship. Never hit the send button again. You do it once, you do it twice. Maybe you really like her a lot and you have plenty of extra money and you send her $100 every month. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. But all of a sudden now that $100 is not enough. The first month it was plenty. Oh my God, thank you so much. I can do this, this, and this. Now all of a sudden it's not enough. And you start sending the money, say, regularly on a Sunday. Well, next thing you know, the whole family's going to the town because you sent money, and they're all going out for dinner. They're buying some, fancier groceries. They're buying stuff for the house. And all of a sudden, Papa sticks his head on the camera and says, hey, Mike, send more money. I need more beer. Well, quit being the fucking fool. Oops. Sorry for the F word. Quit being the fool and sending them money. Quit being the fool. Little signs always pop up. And when you hang up from that person, when you're not talking to that person anymore, reality sets in. You're saying to yourself, my God, I think I'm being used. It's so easy when you're talking to her, when you're talking directly to her. Yeah, I'll send you some money. Oh yeah, that sounds bad. Yeah, I'll help you. But when you hang up from that video chat, when you quit sending any more texts, think about it. You have to go through all these procedures to send her money. You have to go on your phone app, or you have to go down to Western Union. You have to do something to send them money. And I remember going down to the Walmart where the Western Union or MoneyGram office was, filling out the paperwork to send money to this girl, send her $100. Financially, it was no big deal. I could have gone and played a slot machine for $100 in the Walmart as easily as sending her the $100. But even the cashier asked the questions. Do you know this person? Is it a family member or friend that you're sending support to? They're aware that this happens all the time. Not just that cashier, but Western Union knows, and World Remit. Every time I send myself money, there's always a disclaimer comes up there and a question. Who are you sending this money to? And you have to check the box. Family and friends, to myself, and for self-support or for property, to pay the rent or something. They ask you these questions. And what it is a moment to pause for you to really think hard. Who am I really sending this money to? When you say family or friend, you're calling this girl a friend. Is she really a friend? Is she really a friend? She could be doing this with 5, 6, 7 different guys. And it's just terrible. And I remember the one that was scamming me and pulling at my heartstrings. I'd be driving and I'd be saying, man, you know, if I break up with her, you know, she's expecting a better life. I've been promising her a better life when I get there. And now all of a sudden, I'm taking that away from her. And it was hard for me to just break it off with her, even after all the negative things that I learned. You know, foolish me, foolish old man, lonely guy in the States that I was taken advantage of. And now that I'm here, now that I drive by where this person lives, and I see their real family, and I see what's really going on, yeah, I was stupid as hell, you know, and I didn't take the opportunities that I had, and there were many of them. I had many, many doubts about an online relationship, that the girl was not real, as in somebody who loved me and cared for me. Now, I really believe if I came here and the girl lived with me, I believe in my heart that, yes, slowly she would build a respect for me, and slowly she would fall in love or just care for me a lot. And maybe the Filipinas, when you're talking to them online, their idea of love and your idea of love is two separate things. And it honestly is more, as an older guy coming here, if you're hooking up with a girl, you know, 25 years younger than you or more, it really is at first a girlfriend, but later in life she's going to become a caretaker. And you have to determine if that's what's in the cards for you. And if you have any doubts, get the hell out. There's plenty of fish in the sea. There's plenty of girls online. You can talk to a different girl every day for 2 years straight online. And, you know, just don't send them any money. Enjoy that conversation for the day and go on to the next one. And it can be your entertainment. You know, it's not something I would do, but these women want to talk to you. And they want to see if a relationship will develop. Well, go right ahead and talk to them. But hitting that send button, guys, you know, don't become a willing participant. I was a willing participant. I wish I had all that money back that I sent over the years from 2015 up to 2022. All the money that I sent to people here in the Philippines, family, friends, and also scammers. And I wish I had it all back. Don't hit the send button. When in doubt, get out. I'm going to tell you a story of a guy who was sending money all the time to a girl. He met this girl online. He lived in Las Vegas. I met him through the chat. I was chatting this girl, and he popped up as a friend request, and I did. And you know what? He was chatting the same girl a year before me. You know, he said, hey, I saw you were liking her comments. I saw that you were commenting to her, you know, on more than just a friend basis. And, you know, to her photos and to her Facebook post. And he says, hey, you're in Las Vegas. And I said, yeah. So we met. And he was sending money to her a year before I met her. And the strange thing is, you meet some, and you still don't believe that they're scamming you. You meet somebody else that they've scammed already. And, you know, you're thinking, my girl is different. Well, she's not different. She's not different. The one in a million, I call them, the ones where, you know, guys, they meet a girl and she doesn't ask for any money. She's very happy to talk to you, very interested in your life, your health, your well-being. And she tells you her life, you tell her yours, and you get to know each other, you develop a relationship. And then when you meet, it keeps going and it grows. Those are great. You know, they're far and few between, but they're great. And I know many guys, Gary and Jerry and a few others, who have great relationships with the first girl that they've met. But there's so many. And don't fall in love when you get off the plane, the girl meets you at the airport. She's clutching you. She's making sure that you don't know anybody. And you don't even get to embrace the Philippines. You don't get that 2 weeks, 2 months, 1 year of freedom where you're wandering around the Philippines as a single guy, enjoying everything. And it's just so hard. if you let them meet you at the airport and you're tied down the day you land. Now, maybe that's what you want in life. That's good. That's good. But maybe it's not what you want. Maybe you think you want that, but after you're here and you're walking with her and you look at all the eye candy going by, all these gorgeous women are walking by you, the temptations are there, and you're saying, man, why am I with this girl? And I could approach that girl. I could have a date with that girl. I could have an interesting evening with a different girl. Hey, I want to go to one of the bars. I want to go to one of the discos and hang out. I want to go to a sports bar where they have all these beautiful waitresses. And I want to hang out there and I want to talk to them and I want to get my picture taken with them. And you can't do that if you have a girlfriend. You have to be single and enjoy your life. So guys, whenever in doubt, get the hell out and free yourself of the burden of having a girlfriend for at least the first year. Don't do what I did. Listen to my mistakes and let me tell you how to avoid them. But try to give yourself at least a few months of freedom, a few months of experimenting and looking around and dating other women. Make sure that you can have an enjoyable life here in the Philippines. And be careful online. Be careful online. If it doesn't smell good, it's not good. And if you have any doubts, don't hit send and get out of that one and go talk to somebody else. If you're lonely and you need to talk to somebody, go talk to somebody else. There's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of women out there who want to talk to you, an American, a Western guy who has an income, who has a pension and the ability to support them, and they're looking for a husband in the future. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.